Every year, thousands of children are born under a lucky star. They have an exciting adventure in their destiny, but they don't know it yet. And even if they do, they're too young to embark on such a quest. But today, we'll talk about one little boy who was old enough for his great adventure. Are you lost, little one? No, said Billy proudly. I'm going on an adventure. Where are the giant hills? The rabbit twitched its nose. As he did, the ground rumbled beneath him. The tree stump began to shake. What's happening? Thought Billy. Asked Billy, his voice trembling. Yes, I am. And you'd better leave right now because I don't like strangers sitting on my things, said the troll. Billy knew he should be scared, but instead he felt sorry for the troll. He looked at the hat and realized what had happened. He was supposed to come rescue me, but he never did. He grabbed a sword from a nearby rack and walked to the entrance. As he did, the giant appeared. He was covered in spikes and his eyes glowed like hot coals. Why are you in my cave? Yelled the giant. Billy helped the princess down from her tower. Together they walked outside and into the bright sunshine. Thank you, Billy, she said. You're a true hero. Who sent you? No one sent me. I just wanted to rescue the princess. Hey, little one, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. You have so much treasure, you can share it with me. Right, Billy turned around and saw the troll waddling towards him. He smiled. I have something even better than treasure, he said. The two raced down the hill, laughing and playing until they reached the bottom. Ho, ho, called the rabbit. Looks like you found your treasure. Billy blushed. He hadn't meant to. He had just wanted to be a good person. The princess took Billy's hand. Come with me, she said. You can be my hero forever. Oh, you think you're brave, little hero. I'll crush you like a bug. The giant swung his spiked club, but Billy dodged it and slashed at the giant's legs with his sword. The giant roared in pain and stumbled backwards. Billy looked around. Where is he? Maybe I can help you find him. But first, let's get you out of here. You're not angry because someone sat on your hat. You're angry because no one has ever asked you how your day is going. Besides, I have a princess to protect. The giant shook his leg and stomped after Billy. Billy danced around him, slashing and stabbing until finally the giant fell to his knees. Please don't hurt me, cried the giant. I'll give you anything you want. Anything at all. Billy paused. All he wanted was to go home. The princess frowned. Don't you want to live in a castle and have all the treasure you could ever dream of? No, I'm sorry, said Billy, but I'd rather go home. He hugged the princess goodbye. Then he started his long walk back down the hill. All he had ever wanted was to be brave like his heroes. He didn't want to hurt the giant. So I'm sorry. You can be angry at me for that, but please, please don't eat me. Then the stump split open and a gruff voice boomed out. No one ever wanted to be his friend. Finally, he sighed. My day is bad. No one ever wants to be friends with a grumpy troll. Can you make it a little less bad? It was dark inside, so Billy lit a torch and walked in. The walls glittered with jewels, rubies and sapphires, emeralds and diamonds. What a sight to behold! But Billy wasn't interested in any of it. He walked past all the treasure until he came to a corner and pushed aside a curtain. Behind it was a little girl with hair as white as snow and skin as red as apples. She was crying. Billy slid the hat off the troll's head and put it back on his own. Then he took the troll's hand and said, "Let's go on an adventure together." The troll jumped up and down excitedly. "Really? Really? You want to be my friend?" "Of course. You don't look like you enjoy living under this hat." "What's your name, little one?" "Billy." "My name is Billy." "Who's sitting on my hat?" Billy fell backwards and landed in the soft grass. At the top, they found a rock as big as a house. Billy tugged on his new friend's sleeve. "Isn't this the giant tooth?" "Yes, it is. And inside is the treasure. We need to get up there, but how?" Billy looked around and saw some vines growing up the side of the tooth. He pulled on one and it held his weight. "Let's go," he yelled to the troll. "I'll hold your hand." He looked up to see a troll with skin as green as moss peering down at him. His eyes were like shiny marbles and his nose was like a crooked branch. "You're standing in front of them. That's the only hills around here. I must be getting closer to my treasure," thought Billy. He thanked the rabbit and ran off towards the biggest hill. When Billy turned 7, he got a peculiar present from his grandpa. It was an ornately carved wooden box with no lock or latch. The moment Billy laid his tiny hands on the box, it flew open. Inside was a necklace made of twigs, leaves, and pebbles. A small note was tied around its neck. When Billy read it, his heart skipped a beat. "This is your treasure map. Follow the necklace to find the giant tooth and the treasure within." With that, Grandpa disappeared behind the hills like a puff of smoke. Billy's heart pounded against his ribs like a trapped bird. He wanted to follow the map, but his parents had forbidden him to go into the hills. They were too dangerous. There were wolves there. They snarled at the moon and scratched at people's doors in the dead of night. Billy didn't believe them. How could something so beautiful be dangerous? He put the necklace around his neck and went out to the hills. As soon as he stepped into the tall grass, a tiny rabbit poked its head out from behind a bush. "Hello," said the rabbit. On the way, he found an old tree stump and sat down on it. "Are you the troll from the stories?" The troll stared at Billy for a long time. He couldn't remember the last time someone had asked him how his day was going. The two became fast friends and set off up the tallest hill. Together, they climbed higher and higher until they reached the opening. "Hello," said Billy. "Why are you sad? Have you lost something?" "No," said the girl. "I lost someone. My prince." Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the cave. "Who's down there?" The girl and Billy froze. "Don't worry," said Billy. "I'll protect you." "You may be big," said Billy, "but that doesn't make you strong." "That's very noble of you, little hero," said the giant. "But now I'm going to sleep." He closed his eyes and fell fast asleep. Suddenly, Billy noticed a tiny rabbit peeking out from behind a bush. He waved at Billy. But Billy didn't want to be a hero. As he walked, he heard a familiar voice behind him. Now, whenever Billy felt sad, he just had to remember that he had a friend who understood him, and that was all the treasure he needed.